Hi, everybody. This is Sean Gray, and this is my presentation on the enzyme CYP1A2. So, the importance and properties of CYP1A2. CYP1A2 is one of the six most important CYP450 enzyme systems for psychotropic drugs out of the 30 total known. And according to Stahl, there are likely many more that are undiscovered or unknown. CYP1A2 is located predominantly in the liver and hepatocytes, with slight expression or location in the small intestine, kidneys, and lungs. So, what CYP1A2 does is it catalyzes oxidation reactions using NADPH and oxygen. So, it adds oxygen to substrates, making molecules more water soluble and less biologically active during metabolism. There are instances of rare prodrugs like dicarbam dicarbamazine, which makes it more active. CYP1A2 is involved in many psychotropic medications metabolism. So substrates of CYP1A2. Significant substrates include caffeine. It should be known, though, that high intake can actually inhibit metabolism of clozapine, which is an atypical antipsychotic, and lead to toxicity and multi-organ system failure. And this has been researched thoroughly. Theophylline, which is a bronchodilator, often used in asthmatics. Clozapine, an atypical antipsychotic. Olanzapine, another atypical antipsychotic. And tizanidine, a skeletal muscle relaxant or antispasmodic. Less significant substrates of CYP1A2 include duloxetine, which is an SNRI, but this is more metabolized by CYP-D26. Propanolol is a partial substrate. Lidocaine is a minor substrate. Ropinirole, which is a dopamine agonist, is a substrate, but to less effect. Tacrine, which is a cholinesterase inhibitor, and warfarin, which is a minor substrate, a blood thinner. Inhibitors of CYP1A2. So strong inhibitors. Fluvoxamine or Luvox, an SSRI, is the most significant inhibitor. And studies have actually shown that it can cause respiratory depression, sedation, delirium, catatonia, seizures, and coma if taken with clozapine, the typical antipsychotic. Fluoroquinolone antibiotics such as ciprofloxacin and enoxacin are also strong inhibitors. Moderate or weak inhibitors include oral contraceptives, which are moderate inhibitors, so especially ones containing estradiol. The calcium channel blocker verapamil, antiarrhythmics like amiodarone, cimetidine, which is H2 receptor antagonist, and grapefruit, specifically grapefruit juice, though weaker than the CYP3A4. CYP1A2 inducers, medications, rifampin, which is a rifamycin antibiotic, can be used to treat tuberculosis. Carbamazepine, the anticonvulsant, and phenobarbital, which is our barbiturate. Other inducers, and this is perhaps the most significant inducer, is smoking. So very prominent. And this isn't from nicotine or smoking itself, but the polycystic aromatic hydrocarbons. Studies have shown that smokers have a six-fold increase in CYP1A2 activity. And it should be known that abruptly stopping smoking can cause toxicity, almost acting like an inhibitor. Charbroiled and grilled meats are also inducers. and cruciferous vegetables, cabbage, Brussels sprouts, broccoli. Key takeaways of CYP1A2. It's a key enzyme for many psychotropic medications, caffeine, cigarettes, and dietary consideration. Most significant substrates are atypical antipsychotics and caffeine. If taken in high quantities, caffeine can act like an inhibitor to clozapine and olanzapine, the atypical antipsychotics. Fluvoxamine, or Luvox, is the most potent inhibitor, causing toxicity or even death, specifically with atypical antipsychotics. Cigarette smoking is the most prominent inducer. Dose adjustment with atypical antipsychotics needs to be considered, and you cannot stop smoking suddenly, as this can cause toxicity and produce an inhibitory effect. That's my presentation on CYP1A2.